Hey guys, it's me, Daily. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a giant book haul. We're going to be talking about all the books I've gotten recently, which I ended up getting. I don't even know how many books are in this video, but I might count and put a number somewhere on the screen if I do know. I didn't really get a whole lot of books from anywhere else other than Book Outlet. Because they have the best prices, I always shop there before I go anywhere else. So we're going to be talking about the 4 books that I did not get from Book Outlet, and then we're going to talk about all the Book Outlet books, which there's a ton. So the first book I got was my January book of the month pick. I didn't read it yet, but it's called The Dating Plan, and it's by Sarah Desai, and it's really pretty. It's really cute, and I'm really happy to have it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. It's an early release. It comes out in March. I'm very fortunate to have it early so that I can read it before anyone else gets to, or a lot of people get to. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm planning on reading it probably next month, because next month is like, like the month of love, because like February and hearts. I'm planning on reading this one like next month. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I kind of forgot that Valentine's Day is in February. Anyway, I got that book. I also ended up buying, and I'm really excited because I'm currently reading this, and it is Sorry Not Sorry, and this is by Naya Rivera. After I found out she had a book, I really wanted it, and then she passed away back in June or July of 2020, and I was so incredibly sad because she was like one of my favorite characters on Glee, and I can't even imagine what her family felt, and her son. I finally bought the dang book. I bought her book, and I'm really enjoying it. I love her personality. I've tabbed it only 4 times, but I am writing in it a little bit, and I love her so much, and I'm really sad she's gone. I'm happy I have her book now. After she passed away, her book like skyrocketed on the price. It was so expensive just for her memoir, and I get that. I'm glad I waited a while to get it finally. It was still $25, but I'm really happy I have it, and I hope I treasure it forever. I'm really liking it. And the final 2 books that weren't from Book Outlet were from Barnes & Noble. I ended up getting Jason Reynolds' A Long Way Down, and I recently read like the original written in verse version, but now I have the graphic novel because it was 50% off, and that only made it about $10. I ended up reading it. I really liked it, and I liked it a little bit more than the original. I liked like visualizing it, like having the visuals and having the pictures there, illustrations. It just hit me a little different with this one, so it was really good. I'll be talking about it in my wrap-up for the month. And then the other one I got was also like $11, $10, and it was Always and Forever Laura Jean, and this is by Jenny Han. This is the movie cover, and I was looking all over Amazon for it, and I couldn't find it, and then when I was in the store, I was like, oh my god, I forgot. I hope they have it, and then I found it. I found it. And I'm really happy I found it, because it's so cute. I want to make it like a goal to reread this trilogy every year. I mean, I read the first one last year. I reread the first one last year, but this year I really want to try to reread the Burn for Burn trilogy and the rest of this trilogy, because I absolutely cannot understand how someone can write something so amazing. I love Jenny Han. That's all I have to say, and I'm so excited to have this on my shelves now. It looks so awesome with the others. Now we're gonna get into the Book Outlet books, which there's a ton. So in this package I ended up buying 9 books. First one I ended up getting was The Astonishing Color of After. This is by Emily X.R. Pan. When I saw this, I freaked the frick out. I was so excited because I've always wanted this book because I've heard so many amazing things about it. I got it in paperback, and it came in completely perfect condition, and oh my god. Yeah. It sounds really interesting, and I know it's going to be heartfelt, so I'm waiting for the right time to pick it up, but I'm really happy I have a copy of it now. The next book I ended up getting was The Dark Vault, and this is by Victoria Schwab. Apparently this has 2 novels in it with a bonus short story inside. So it says on the list here that it is the archived, which is like, isn't that like a really thin book? So I don't understand why it's so thick, but I really like the cover. When I saw it, I was like, Victoria Schwab, isn't she like always good and successful with her books? I just bought it because, and she also, there was something here. I read this and I was like, heck yeah, I'm putting that in the cart. It says, imagine a place where the dead rest on shelves like books. Like, that's all I needed to know. Another one I don't know a whole lot about, but I've heard great things. This one came to a little bit more damaged, which is fine because it was like a really nice price. So it doesn't matter. The spine is nice though. So it's The Diviners. It's by Libba Bray. I don't have any books by her other than this. I was gonna buy like the whole series, but I was like, hold up, you don't know anything about it. You should probably read the first book and then find out if you want the next book in the series. I need to stop buying the entire series or trilogy or duology and before like I actually read the first book. So I'm excited for it. I don't know when I'll be picking this up, but I'm happy I have it because I've heard good things about it. So it's just another one to have if I ever feel like that urge. The next book I ended up finding was just a journal. I don't know, like, I thought it would be more of like, it give you like prompts to write about and then you like express your feelings along the way, but it's literally just a journal. It is Find Your Voice, Make Some Noise. It's an on the come up journal and it's by Angie Thomas, obviously. I don't know what I'm gonna write in it yet, but I'm happy to have it. Next was a memoir. I want memoirs. Let me just say, I put a Betty White memoir in the cart because I love Betty White. She turned 99, did you know that? I ended up getting Julie Andrews' memoir and I really want to read it, but I found out that there's like a previous one, like an earlier one she let out. I think it's just called Work. No, I think it's just called Home, I think. I could be wrong, but I ended up getting Homework. And this is by her. I absolutely love her. I don't know a whole lot about her, but I love The Sounds of Music, and that's all I needed to know to get the book. I love The Sounds of Music. It's like the movie I watch when I'm sick. It like comforts me. I also ended up getting a middle grade, and this sounds really interesting. It's about like a class. They go on like a road trip for school or like a school trip, and they end up going to like this farm field, and then they have to like beat the smiling man, and it just sounds really creepy. Hopefully I can like get this for a 24-hour readathon because I've been wanting to read it for kind of a long time now. And I'm so excited for it. I just want to see where it goes. That sounds so creepy. They have to beat the smiling man at his own game is what the synopsis said. And I was like, cart. And then the final book I ended up getting is about racism. I accidentally bought two books. So I don't know why I did that. I don't even know if I did that, but I did. So this one I'm going to be giving away. It's really, really big, but I want to educate myself, and I feel like I can definitely do that by reading books about the history and what's happening now. So I'm really excited to get to this one. I don't know when I'm going to be getting to it, but eventually I do want to pick it up. So those were the books in the first package. We're gonna get to the second package, which I ended up having 8 books in it. But I have 3 other books. These are the last 3 books from Book Outlet that were not classics. So we're gonna start with those. The first one was Hunted by the Sky. I don't know a whole lot about this, but I do know there's a sequel coming out. The main character has this like star birthmark, and the people who have that birthmark on them tend to disappear. So now she's on the run. I don't know where it goes from there, but I'm excited. It sounds really interesting, so I'm really happy to have it. The next one I ended up getting was For Everyone, and this I bought after reading Jason Reynolds' other book, Long Way Down, both of his books. And this is by Jason Reynolds again. I read this in one night because it's really easy. It is in verse. The audiobook was 26 minutes, so it went by really fast. I liked it. It was meaningful, but I don't know what I rated it. I will be talking about it again in the monthly wrap-up. The next book was To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and I'm really excited. I've already read this book. I loved it. Really, I loved it so much. I watched the movie. It was really good. And now I have my own copy. I ended up having a school copy, so I had to return it. But now I bought my own, and I'm so excited. Yay! It's later. It's like a lot later. It's like 5 hours later. So the lighting's changed. Obviously, I'm using my reading lamp. We're not even halfway through this. I just wanted to make sure, like, I don't know what it is with my videos lately, but I haven't been filming them in one sitting. Let's just get to the next books. The first one I ended up getting in another package was Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. I ended up getting this one. You can't really see like the whole title because it's like indented a little bit. I'm excited. I don't know like the entire concept. I just know that it's going to be an important book. Exploring everything from eradicated Black history to the political purpose of white dominance, from whitewashed feminism to inextricable link between class and race. I also ended up getting White Rage, and this is another one. It's about our racial divide, the unspoken truth of our racial divide. But I want to make sure I'm writing in here and annotating and tabbing once I start to read these. And then another one by Carroll Anderson was We Are Not Yet Equal, and this is Understanding Our Racial Divide. I'm really looking forward to reading these. I really want to learn. I also have I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness. This is one of Reese's book club picks, and this is by Austen Channing Brown. I do know what this one's about, but I'm gonna try and write in it and tab and put sticky notes to remind myself and remember everything I'm learning. I don't want to ignore what's going on in the world and what has been going on in the world for such a long time. I think reading these books is definitely a good start for me to be a better person and make sure that I'm treating everyone equally. This one is about the author, so Austen Channing Brown. She was named this, like Austen, because her parents wanted her, like anyone that was going to hire her, to think she was a white male. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really hoping I can get to this month. If I don't, I'm really gonna try and get to it next month. And the final one is When They Call You a Terrorist, a Black Lives Matter memoir, which is definitely what I want to be reading about. I want to make sure that I am showing that I do care about Black lives, and I believe they all matter. It's another one. It's pretty short, but I still, again, want to take time with it. Gonna annotate, tab sometime soon. I think my goal is to read at least one book surrounding racism and talking about racism, Black Lives Matter movement, police brutality, or just books by Black authors in general. I really want to focus on that, and I also want to focus on other races as well. I feel like I've been reading some good books lately that have taught me a little bit more about different cultures and races, and I'm liking it, and I really want to make sure I dive into like different races. I think that's it for the non-classics. Let's start with some random ones. Like, I have large collections and smaller collections, so we're starting with more small collections, I guess you could say. This one I already read and I really liked it, and I really want her other books, but I went on like Amazon and one of them's like $30 and I only found this one for like $6. It's Cinderella. This, oh, like the illustrations are absolutely stunning. So here's the undercover. It is amazing. The book didn't take me too long because it's like absolutely amazing inside. The words are fairly large and there's only a few pages where they're filled with words, but a lot of it's illustrations, really pretty fonts. I really love this art style so much and I really enjoyed it. These next two here are really cute. And I wasn't expecting them to find them on Book Outlet either, but they're really adorable and I think they look beautiful together. And that is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which here it is. It's really, really pretty, and you can see the hearts on it are like shiny. So it's really cute. I love the color. And I also got Through the Looking Glass. It's really, really, really pretty, and the colors together just pop so well, and I love them. And I was really shocked to see it that way because one of the last Book Outlet boxes I got, a lot of them were like soggy and bent up and like damaged. So I was really surprised to see that almost every single book in the rest of the boxes I received were not even like touched, opened. I was just so excited to see that these were in really nice condition. But these are really, really freaking cute and I'm happy I have them. The next 3 books I have here, I'm missing 1 out of the 4 in the set. So the first one is another copy of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, and here it is. I'm pretty sure these are, God, I don't even know. It's Puffin, but I'm pretty sure they're like the Puffin Chalk classics, and they're deckled edges, which I don't like completely love, but you know, it's nice. I also got A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I have read this before. I mean, I've read a specific kind of it, not this actual book, but really, really cute. Again, deckled edges. And the final one I actually found was Peter Pan. This one's probably my least favorite cover. It's not as popping and exciting as the others, but I think Peter Pan is probably one of my favorite like tales or classics. These next set of classics are Classics Reimagined. So I got 4 of them. I think there's a few more, but I don't really know what they are. These aren't my favorite, but I think they have really like unique details to them and they seem really interesting, and I think that will eventually drive me to pick them up. So the first one I got is Edgar Allan Poe's Stories and Poems by David Plunkett, illustrated by David Plunkett. So this was like an interesting cover. It's kind of creepy, you know. Also, bright orange edges, which I don't understand why they did orange. Like, I would understand maybe if they did like blue. I get that they have like the orange kind of detailed in there, but I don't see why. That just like doesn't seem right. Another one I got was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which has purple sprayed edges, which is fine, but it doesn't, I feel like they should have went with pink because this is pink. Okay, anyway, so Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, another copy of that. Purple sprayed edges, I feel like they should have went with pink because this is outlined pink, and for Edgar Allan Poe they did orange because it's outlined in orange. I don't know. It seems interesting. The words in this one are definitely larger. They have really nice illustrations. This next one I'm really happy about, and it's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and I have read this classic. It is amazing. I loved it. I fell in love with it back in 5th grade. It was fun. So the illustrations are like this. They're stick figures and gold sprayed edges, which I like more than like those neon colors. It's a little childish, but I really like it. And the final book from this collection is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And this one is yellow sprayed edges. Oh my god. It reminds me of a ruler. It reminds me of actually like a pencil or something from school. Like, why? This one has more detailed illustrations, I guess you could say. I've never read Sherlock Holmes. They fit together and stuff, but I feel like they don't pull together enough. And the edges, I feel like they picked like really random colors. The next books here are more classics, and they're really, really cool, and I feel like they're like the best on my shelves, these next ones. So we're gonna go with Puffin and Pantone. I have 5 in the set already. So I got Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, and with Pantone, it's the paint company. It's like paint. So you know those like things you pick up at Walmart that have like the different shades of different colors? I just think it's so interesting that they went with that. And I know it looks plain, but it also looks so cute on the bookshelves. Again, deckled edges, which I don't understand why they did that. I also got A Christmas Carol and Other Stories by Charles Dickens. Again, they came in really nice condition. This one's like gold, so it looks really cute. I have read A Christmas Carol, but I don't know like if it wasn't the original version. The next one I ended up getting was Heidi, and this is by Johanna Spyri. I don't even know. This one's purple, which is really pretty. Deckled edges. It's a really pretty purple, and I think they did really nice with this one. I like the shades they have. And another one I got was Tom Sawyer, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. So this one is a really pretty blue, and I think they did also very, very nice with this one. And then speaking of Mark Twain, I also got The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which is a really pretty dark navy blue. So I just think this is so cool. I think they look really, really pretty together. Now let's get into some more really beautiful editions of classics. One of them is like in a small copy, which is fine. It's my first ever like tinier book. This one is Anne of Green Gables, and it's a small book, and they have the small version of another book in this set on Book Outlet currently, and I really want it. So I might be ordering some more books from Book Outlet soon, but I don't think I'll be adding them into this video because this video is going to be long enough as it is. They do really nice detailing, and the fact that this can be like put in your pocket and just you can take it wherever you want, so you don't have to carry like a backpack with you wherever. You can just sit down and read whenever you feel like it. I think that is so cool. And I've never had a tiny book like this. This collection is the Puffin and Bloom. I only have 2, the normal sized, out of the set of 4 that they have for this collection. The first one is Heidi, which is stunning, let me just say. This is really, really beautiful. I love this design, especially the front. It is just so gorgeous. And this one I'm so happy to have because it's like big and thick, so I'm really excited. This one is Little Women, and it's huge. Even though this is going to take me forever once I get to it, I am looking forward to it definitely. I would say I like the cover for Heidi a little bit better because it's so vibrant and it pops. But I love this cover as well. It's just really beautiful. They look so nice together. and I can't wait to get the rest of the set and the mini versions if I can. And this next set of classics, I also only got a hold of 4 of them because that's all they had, but I went on Book Outlet a couple days ago and they had 2 more in the set, but they sold out like right away. I feel like once you like order a box of books and Book Outlet notices that you want a specific collection, after you order your books, they put out like a couple more in that collection, so you have to buy more. And it's a continuous cycle. It is painful because I fell into it, honestly. I bought so many different collections, which I feel like wasn't the best idea. And now I'm like trying to find every book in the collection for each collection, you know what I mean? The ones I did end up getting in time were A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. These are gorgeous. Yes. These are really, really stunning. And as you can see, it says here that these are usually about $17 US money, so I got them for a deal. I also ended up finding The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and this one came in almost perfect condition besides a little dent up there, but here's the spine. And the front is really vibrant and pretty and popping. I have read The Secret Garden. I really enjoyed it, and I think I want to reread it again sometime soon, and this is a beautiful copy. So I'm excited. I also ended up finding The Call of the Wild by Jack London, and this one's really, really cute. I love this cover. It is adorable. You can't really like see the spine that well, but it's really cute. And it's really short, so maybe I could get to it sometime soon. And the final one I ended up getting my hands on is Anne of Green Gables, which I really like, but I'd say my favorite out of all of these are probably The Secret Garden or The Call of the Wild, just because I love the colors. This one's still really cute though. So here it is, Anne of Green Gables. This is the largest out of all of them. I was so like excited when I got these in the mail because they are gorgeous together, and I can't wait to get the whole set. I can't wait to get the whole set because they're gonna look so nice next to each other. So now that we're through all of those, the last like half of this haul is all from the same set, and there's still some I'm missing, so we're probably gonna be getting in more eventually, but I'd say I have the majority of the set by now. I have a lot of books that I'm about to show you. They're all from Puffin Classics, I think, but I'm gonna grab them off the shelf and we're gonna get cracking on those as well. Okay, this is like half of the haul here. All of them have the same covers, or they all have the same like design, except for 2 of them that came in different designs. So the first one is The Red Badge of Courage. I don't know what any of these are about, honestly. Like, I don't know a whole lot about most of these, but I've heard of most of these, so I'm excited. I haven't heard of this one though. I also got Dracula, which came in the same like design. This one's chunky. Now we're gonna get into the books that have like the same design, the same format, the same style, I guess. You'll see what I mean when I show them to you. So the first one is A Little Princess. This is the different design here. So instead of having this line across, they have this line across here, just for like reference, you know. So here's that, really cute. I also ended up getting Treasure Island, which is by Robert Louis Stevenson. So here's that. So you can see how these all kind of fit together. The rest of the books in this video are going to be from this collection, and they have like matching spines and stuff, so they're gonna look really nice together, and I love the way they look on my shelves already. Next we have Tales of the Greek Heroes, and I really love the cover because it's so like purple, and it's like I really love those colors in this cover, again with the yellow like Puffin Classics logo thing. The Secret Garden, these are already in like rainbow order, so if they're like not with their like authors or sets or series, I guess, then I had them on rainbow order on my shelves, so I'm trying to keep them easy to put back on the shelves once I'm done with the video. I got The Call of the Wild and Jack London again. This one's really short. I think if I'm going to read The Call of the Wild, I'm not going to be reading my other Puffin classic of that I already showed you, but I'll probably be going for these ones because I feel like they're a lot more, you know, usable, and I don't want to damage my really nice copies. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. There's that. I also ended up getting Tales from Shakespeare, which I do have a few Shakespeare books on my shelves. I got Daddy Longlegs, and this is by Gene Webster. That man. That man creeps me out. The Wizard of Oz, which I really like the cover of this one. It's really vibrant. Again, I love The Wizard of Oz. Of course, it's one of the few classics I've actually read, but I think regardless, I'm still always going to love it more than any other classic. I just love the story. I grew up on the movie, and it was such a great time. So I really love the book, and I'm happy I have copies of it now so I can reread it whenever I feel like it. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which is another Tom Sawyer, or it's another Mark Twain book, obviously. The Great Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I also really like this one though, but it's Peter Pan. And I haven't read Peter Pan, but I have a lot of copies of it now, so I really want to make sure I try to get to it sometime soon. I know that, oh god, I don't even know when it's coming out, but I'm pretty sure there's a book by Aidan Thomas, which is a Peter Pan retelling, that is coming out sometime this year, and I really want to read it. It sounds really cool and like creepy. So I'm really excited for it, and I want to make sure maybe I could read the classic, the original classic, before I read the actual, like, the new book that's coming out. The next one is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, another copy of that. This one's like one of my least favorite copies, but it's still like I want the whole collection. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, which is another classic that I have read, that I've already said I've read in this video, but just thought I'd let you know again. I got Black Beauty, which is a little plain for my liking, but I still love it. It reminds me of my dog Zoe. So just thought I'd let you know. Pinocchio, which I love the illustration on this one. It's really cute. And I haven't read Pinocchio, even though I absolutely adore the movie. So maybe I could get to reading one of my copies of it eventually. I have a Mina Lima classic of it, so maybe I could get to it. I have The Swiss Family Robinson, which I don't know what this is about, but it's by Johann Weiss, and it seems like adventurous and interesting because they're like with foxes and stuff. I have Anne of the Island by L.M. Montgomery, and don't know, there's a lot of Anne of Green Gables, Anne of the Island, Anne of Annevillie or Annevillie. I don't know which one comes first. I have White Fang by Jack London. I don't know what this one's about. I'm pretty sure like a wolf. Journey to the Center of the Earth, which sounds interesting. This one, I don't know what it is about this cover that makes me so like intrigued, but it sounds interesting now that I've read it. The synopsis on the back. The Hound of Baskervilles, which seems creepy. When Sir Charles Baskerville is found mysteriously dead in the grounds of Baskerville Hall, everyone remembers the ancient legend of the monstrous creature that haunts the moor. The great detective Sherlock Holmes knows that there must be more rational explanation, but the difficulty is to find it before the hellhound finds him. So this is another Sherlock Holmes book, which makes sense because the way the cover and the font is designed, it looks the same as the Sherlock Holmes books, other ones that I have here. The Jungle Book, I love this cover so much. It's so like tropical, and I like it a lot. I also have another copy of Heidi, which honestly this cover reminds me of The Sounds of Music, like that big old hill, you know, The Sounds of Music. I don't know if it's the same hill, but it reminds me of it. Another one that seems really interesting is The Adventures of Robin Hood, and after reading Chris Colfer's series, The Land of Stories, and we met Robin Hood, it just he like makes me laugh because you know how like selfish he is. Like he talks loud, he yells, like I don't know. I love Chris Colfer for what he's done to this character, and I think I will really enjoy this one. I don't know where it's gonna go or anything, but I'm excited. Another one I have is Anne of Green Gables, which again I have no clue what it's about. Seems interesting after reading the back. I like the cover. Not my favorite, but there's also like a red marker smudge on it, which is fine because that's the only time that's happened so far. Around the World in 80 Days, which I have no clue where this one's going. Seems interesting. I'm pretty sure it's based off a bet because someone bets they can make it around the world in 80 days. I like the cover though. It's like a nice purple and orange. I like those two colors together. The Wind in the Willows, which I'm extremely like intrigued by. It's about like frogs, right? I don't know. There's something like about that little like group that interests me, and you know, if it's about frogs and animals, it seems like super fun. So I want that. I want to read it. Next is Through the Looking Glass, again by Lewis Carroll. This one kind of matches the Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which is fine because I like that when they match. So the second to last one here is Hans Christian Andersen's Fairy Tales. I love this cover. So it includes some of his great stories. I absolutely adore this cover. Okay, and then the final one I have is A Tale of Two Cities, and this one's by Charles Dickens. And never read this before, but it's pretty chunky. This is a really pretty cover. I really like the colors in there, and that's all the classics and the books I ended up getting recently. There's so many. Anyway guys, that was quite a long video for me. Again, I don't know how many books I ended up getting here, but I took off about 3 shelves full, like 3 individual shelves of books off, so quite a bit if you ask me. I will be counting them eventually and putting the actual number in, but there's a lot here, and that means all the more books I have to read. But I'm so excited to have all of these different editions of classics and more books that focus on topics that I still need to dive more into and learn more about, and more middle grades, more adult. I'm gonna get going. I had a fun time. Obviously, halfway through, I kind of like got sad for reasons, but I'm feeling better now. Talking about my books makes me happy. Anyway, I think I got a pretty good thumbnail in there, so we're gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Hopefully you did, and you didn't mind like the lighting change, but I have so many books here now, and I'm extremely thankful. Again, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I bought these all with my own money, and I'm really, really happy to have them on my shelves and to put them up and display them because they're so beautiful. I hope you guys liked today's video. Hopefully you like these hauls because I like them too, if you do. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I'm super excited. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time on my channel. Hopefully you had a fun time watching today's video, and hopefully it wasn't too long, but I don't know how long it really was. Maybe 40 minutes of footage, but yeah. I'll see you next time. Bye!